Hi there. So the thoughts you think determine the way you feel. And so I want to teach on how you can reframe your thoughts so that you can feel better. Now, I want to give you 4 instances and real life stories. Let me start with a lady called Halle Berry. Halle Berry, when she turned 50, was interviewed by a major media organization. And everybody was gushing about how beautiful she looked at 50. And she said something that really shocked me. And I want to teach you principle of thought reframing. She said that, you see, I was diabetic. And so that made me to do a lot about my food choices. I began to employ a ketogenic diet, and that's why I look younger than my age, because I had to pay attention to my diet because of the diabetes. Now, so guess what? She said that I was able to go from saying I am diabetic to, oh, I have a good opportunity to live a healthy lifestyle. So she said, I didn't see myself as diabetic. I saw myself as one who has a great opportunity to live a healthy lifestyle. Hey, wait, stop the tape. We have some breaking news right here. I'm going to be facilitating one of the most impactful trainings on reprogramming the subconscious coming up real soon. Subconscious mind is programmed in childhood but can be reprogrammed in adulthood or at any other time. One more time. The subconscious mind is programmed in childhood but can be reprogrammed at any other time. I'm going to be teaching about the principles, the techniques on reprogramming the subconscious. I'm a beneficiary of what I'm going to be training as well. I grew up with a certain pattern in my life of having low energy during pivotal moments in my life, during tipping points in my life, big moments. I just witnessed low energy, lack of zeal, lack of enthusiasm. And I was able to use these principles to reprogram my subconscious. So, do you have patterns that you want to break? Do you want to form new habits? Do you want to discontinue old habits, bad habits that you're pleased with? You can do so by learning the principles I'll be teaching in this training. You can see the flyers right here. I'll also be facilitating a training on how individuals become institutions. I take techniques from the greatest companies who have ever lived, who are almost near monopolies. Companies like Volkswagen, Toyota, great companies. I chronicle those companies and show you how individuals who started those companies eventually created corporations that are now institutions. It's an amazing training for anybody who wants to become pivotal in any leadership capacity, even if you're a parent, for anybody at all. An amazing training. So these 2 trainings are coming up real soon, as you can see on the flyers. Scan the QR code for more details. Do have an amazing day and bye for now. Can you see how she reframed her thought? Now, there are people that were diabetic at the same time that Halle Berry was diabetic, and today they are no more. They died. They went into depression and died. Why? Because they were not able to reframe their thoughts. But she was able to reframe her thoughts and say, listen, yes, I've been diagnosed to be diabetic. However, it's an opportunity for me to live a healthy life. And today she's over 50, 53. My memory serves me right. About, still in her early 50s, approaching her mid 50s. But she looks so beautiful. She looks young. She looks vibrant. She's still acting. She's still doing amazing things. So, because she was able to reframe her thoughts. I want to give you one more example. Stephen Harvey. Stephen Harvey's contract with a particular show was terminated. But you know what he said? He says, I don't see myself as somebody who had lost a job. I see myself as somebody who is getting ready for a bigger opportunity. He says, when one door closes, a bigger one opens. Can you imagine? He was able to reframe the thought to say, no, I have not lost a contract. I have just been given an opportunity to get a better contract. Guess what happened? Bigger contracts came down for him. Why? And guess what? Today, he's one of the richest comedians in the world. One of the few comedians who rides his own private jet. One of the wealthiest comedians in the world. Because he was able to reframe his thoughts. He says, no, I've not lost a contract. One door has been shut so that a bigger one, not just another one, but a bigger one can open. So that's the second example I want to give you. The third example I want to give you, the example of a lady who, she was dating a man. The man cheated on her, jilted her, took her money, and the money that she was planning, saving up for her, the tuition of her child. So 3 things, you have 3 things in one: broken relationship, broken heart, and then her money gets stolen, and then he cheated on her and all that. So, but guess what this woman said? She was able to employ what I call thought reframing. She said, no, nothing bad has happened unto me. He has taught me how to be more emotionally intelligent. He has taught me how to be less gullible. He has taught me how to read people better. He has taught me how to be more careful in my relations with people. He has taught me how to be more robust and agile in my emotions. Can you see? She was able to reframe her thoughts. Now, I want to give you one more example. A lady left a church. Why did she leave a church? Mega church. Because a man wanted to marry her, and the pastor of the church discouraged the man from wanting to marry her. And she got depressed and left the church. But you know what happened? For 1 full year, she didn't go to church. And then she came to me and I counseled her. I said, you know what? Let's do something. Let's reframe your thoughts. Instead of saying that my pastor discouraged men from marrying me, or my pastor hindered my marriage to a particular man, or my pastor worked against my marital destiny. Let's reframe it. Let's say my pastor wants me to be ripe enough for marriage. My pastor wants me to be fulfilled in marriage, so he wants me to build the right character before I get into marriage. Now, guess what? The moment she began to think like that, she began to feel better. And remember, when you are joyful, you will get what you need. Not, I will get what I need and then I'll be joyful. Well, life does not work like that. I'll get what I need, then I'll be joyful. No, it is I will be joyful, then I will get what I need. So reframe your thoughts. Guess what? When she had the thought that my pastor hindered my marital destiny, she was depressed. She went into a fit of depression. She wasn't even going to church. But when she was able to reframe her thoughts, then things began to do what? To change. Give you one final example of a guy working in an organization, and he felt like my colleagues are envious of me. But he was able to reframe his thoughts and say, okay, I'm not going to look at life like that. I'm not going to look at life like my colleagues are envious of me. My colleagues want me to trust them more. So I will make sure that I speak more of we than me. Whenever we score any success, whenever we reach any landmark or milestone, I will make sure that I am talking more about the team than myself. The team, I'll make sure that it's all about teamwork than me work. So he was able to go from my colleagues are envious of me to my colleagues want me to trust them more. When he began to think that my colleagues want me to trust them more, he began to come up with better ideas to work with the team, better ways to work with the team, better interpersonal relationships. He began to feel better, he began to act better, and his results became better. Do you understand? So a lot can change in your life when you engage in what I call thought reframing. I hope you will reframe your thoughts, and I trust that it will work amazingly well for you. God bless you. Do have an amazing day, and bye for now. Hi there, I'm Adekomi Olusonya, publisher of the Immersion Bible, and I will get you addicted to the Word of God, line upon line, precept upon precept. If you would like access to any of my books, products, or services, scan the QR code after this and you will have access to that. Kemi sends her love as always. Do have an amazing day, and bye for now.